Hey guys, I'm going to do a little different kind of video today. I'd like to be filming the 55 Chevy pickup, and there will be more videos coming. But I got to get ready for my real job in Alaska fishing halibut. So today I'm sticking some gear, and I thought I'd show you guys a little bit about it. I always get asked, people are real curious about fishing, and they almost always say, well, do you catch them in nets? And no, we catch them on a long line. So I'm going to give you guys a little demonstration here of us fishing, and then I'll stick a little bit of gear as well. This is some of the halibut we catch are fairly good size. As you can see, it takes sometimes 3 and 4 guys to pull a fish aboard. Alright guys, well, let me set up here for the making the gear part, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we start out with this coil here of tarred line. It's 900 feet, and I have to point out it's important that this line comes out of the center against the sun or counterclockwise, because that sets the memory for life, so it is able to be coiled back in. Okay, I'm going to set up. I'll bring you right back. Okay guys, so I started out making an eye at the end of that coil there, and then the hooks are 18 feet apart, so I've got this piece of line here 18 feet. So what I do is I'll show you how I make this. Is called a becket. It goes into the line. So all I do is just pull this down the line to get my 18 feet. Oops. Just pull this down the line and get my 18 feet right there. That's for the next hook and gannion. So take my splicer here, put that in there like so. And then we tie this becket in there. And got my machine here. And that sets that becket in there nice and tight. So it's like a rock right there. And then we ink it in. So if you ever lose a gannion and a becket and hook, you got a reference point to go back to, because this will inks the ground line. And okay, this was the last one here, so I'm going to fathom out a couple of fathoms line here, and then since we're at the end here, then we're going to put an eye on like we have at the very beginning. So you run it about yay long there, and I'll just demonstrate real fast here on how we splice an eye in. Hope you guys can see that pretty good. Okay, so just pull this tight here. There's our eye, and then we want to make 2 tucks. So go around one more time with this. Okay, now we're going to make a taper. So we'll just use these 2 lines. First I go to that one, and then I go to the next one, and then I'll go back to that original first strand there. and bring that through, and you'll see what it does here in a second. It tapers it. Okay, so they're all coming out together there. And then we're just going to give her a cut here. And I had my knife here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And I'll just give this guy a little cut. And then I'll just set this down on the ground, and I'll just roll my foot across that, and that'll blend it in real nice there. So, okay, I'll pick back up when I start to build the skate of gear, when we're sticking in the ganyons and hooks. Okay, so we got to make some ganyons here to put the hooks on. So we start out, it's just cut just a long piece, about 55 inches of ganyon. I'm just going to go in here and make a little tie like so. And I'll just tie up 150 of them here is what I got for the skate, so I know I come out at the right amount for the skate. I got the beckets all counted and put into the ground lines, so everything comes out to 50 so you don't get off. And I'll do one more here, and then you get the idea of this now. Tie all those like that, and then later on we'll take this after it's pulled off of there. You got like that, and you'll just go ahead and stick a hook through like that, and then this one eventually will get tied in to the becket that we tied, and I'll go over that when I start to stick the skate. This just goes in and gets backed up there. You step on it, get it nice and tight, and then basically there's your gear there. So in a second I'll bring you back when I'm actually coiling it up and putting the becket out. And okay guys, so here we have a skate that's been all stuck with the beckets and coiled back down, and so now we're gonna start to stick it into a skate here. So I'll do a few of these and show you how this is done. So this is a skate bottom right here. It's got a couple lines with some eyes with thimbles in them, and then it's got a couple of long tails that are seized here. And so that's what all of our skates are on top of, is skate bottoms. So I'm going to take the eye and I'm going to start just coiling this down, and there's 4 coils, and then you'll get to your becket. So then I'm going to just simply tie a ganyon with a hook in it and cinch it down a little bit here by stepping on it. And then we're going to hang this one out a little bit from those other coils like that. And then there's going to be 4 more in there. And then you got another one here. And I'll explain why we hang that out in just a second after I tie this one in. So put this one in. So anyways, when we're back on the bait, back on the stern baiting gear, what you're going to want to do is you take and you bait this, and then by having that out, you can grab all 3 of these and throw them down so you can get to this one right away. That's why we stagger those 4 coils inside of there. So it's all for when you're baiting gear, so you can go fast, because there's 50 of these all together, and that's followed up with another eye at the end. And then, so I'm going to stick this whole thing here, and then I'm going to put the last part down and then tie it up, and that'll be pretty much the end of this video. Okay guys, so we got the skate all built here, and so now we're getting ready to tie it up. So it has an eye on both ends. These skates will be tied together when they get set into the water, and they'll make 15 of these skates together. It'll be about 2 miles worth of gear on the bottom. And another thing that's kind of interesting about the halibut fishing is these conventional skates like this were built this exact same way back in the 20s when they started fishing halibut. So we'll end up tying this all up here like so, and it'll be ready to get transported up to Alaska. And the next time this thing gets pulled out, it'll be getting bait put on it and catching fish, hopefully. So I appreciate you guys watching this, and there will be more of the 55 Chevy truck build coming. And so until the next time, appreciate you guys watching, and please subscribe and comment.